Hello, hello, Goody.
Hey, how's it going?
Good.
Oh.
All right, little starter kit, making some progress.
By progress, do you mean this beautiful white screen?
This beautiful white screen with two buttons that are inconspicuous.
It's actually three buttons.
Three buttons. Nice. Well, we'll get into that. But first, we wanted to see if we could test out the Stripe integration.
Yeah, let's do it. And I think you said you wanted to do it from Supabase. So does that mean we're going to the Supabase docs?
Yes. So I'm curious because they have a Supabase remote wrapper, which sounds pretty cool.
Okay.
And so I
Do they have it
figured
on the front
maybe we
page?
could do
They
that.
do not. All
They do
right.
not. But if you type remote
Stripe
wrapper or something like that, you should be able to find it.
remote. Whoops. Wrapper.
Foreign data wrappers. There you go. That's the one. Okay. So if you scroll down on the side, there is a guide for Stripe directly.
Let's just do a
Right there.
connecting to Stripe. What else we got in
Boom.
here? Oh, BigQuery, Firebase, Paddle. What's Paddle?
A paddle is a similar thing as Stripe.
Okay. Airtable, Auth0. Oh, interesting. Snowflake. Okay.
That one I don't know. I think it's some data analytics thing, maybe. I don't know. I've never heard of Snowflake.
Let's see. Should we? Let's open with you. Snowflake is a cloud-based data platform. Data
There
as
we
a
go.
service. Yeah.
Analytics, so some kind of data warehouse.
All right. Okay, so first you have to create extensions, wrappers with schema extensions, and then enable the Stripe wrapper. Store your credentials, which is optional, and then connect to Stripe. Okay, so we will still need an API key and everything from Stripe.
Yes, so it could take a while. I guess we could have created that ahead of time.
Created what ahead of time?
A Stripe thing.
That's okay. You can create it in the background as we go.
Because I
All right.
think they ask for a bunch of information.
Now the question is what I didn't check is whether or not Supabase is running. And I have a feeling it's on a different project. So let's check. Yes, it is.
Let's see. Create an account here. I'm going to say that yeah, sure. They changed their onboarding. That's interesting. Okay, so we do have a sandbox like right off the bat, which is kind of nice.
Nice. All right, our Supabase database is running. Let's grab this. And we're going to want to go to the dashboard. I just realized that's actually the wrong one. We want this one.
Choose a pricing model. Well, that we don't know. Really. It depends on what folks want to build.
Let's open split view here. All right. Let's get rid of the bar.
That's kind of the first time I'm using their new sandbox thing. Because I'm used to the old account where you just had like test keys. But you didn't really have like a sandbox per se.
Oh, okay. Enable the Stripe wrapper. Create foreign data wrapper, Stripe wrapper, handle Stripe. All right. Let's just assume. All right. By default, Postgres stores FTW credentials inside. Anyone has access to this table be able to view these credentials. Wrappers is designed to work with Vault, which provides additional security. They recommend using Vault. Is that what you're wanting to do?
Yeah, that's probably a good bet.
Is it does it enabled by default then?
Yeah,
It says
yeah,
by
yeah. You
default.
just need to
Okay.
create secrets. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we need the Stripe API key. Which one is that from the ones you've sent me here?
It's the second one.
The second one? Okay.
Yep.
All right. Let me just move that off the screen for a sec. Put that key in there. Run it. Okay. Looks like it worked.
So you can check by going to the vault schema in the table editor.
Yep. Do I need
And
the key ID that it returned?
I mean, the key ID is the one
Key
you set
ID from
in the query.
above required if API key name is not specified. Ah, so I do need it. Okay. I will copy that. Also, how do I get rid of it now? I'm going to put it here. Okay. How do I clear this? Is there no way to clear the results?
The result of the query.
My run query.
I'll just refresh the page or delete the query or something, or run another
Oh,
query.
that worked. Now I'll refresh it. Okay. All right. We recommend creating a schema to hold all the foreign tables. Okay. Done. We have a schema.
Sweet. So apparently we can run some queries in there.
This is an object representing a Stripe account. Create foreign table. So wait, foreign data just gives us access to these foreign tables?
That is my assumption, yes. And it would keep them in sync to some extent. I don't know how. That's the part we have to kind of figure out. But I believe they're using Postgres to kind of keep it in up to date.
Okay.
So we can try it out with the products. I created a product behind the scene. We can see if we can at least fetch the products.
You created a product inside of the database?
Inside of Stripe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So do we need an account first?
Stripe?
Create.
We do.
Yeah, it says create foreign table Stripe accounts.
Oh yeah, no, you don't need any of that.
No? You don't need any of this?
No.
Okay.
Just go straight to product, I guess. I don't think we need accounts. Accounts is more like if you're dealing with a Stripe Connect. Let's say an Uber, and you want your drivers to have their own like Stripe connection and little Stripe account.
Oh, okay. That's why it has balance and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I see. Okay.
But in our case, I think we could get away with just the products and then maybe the checkout stuff if we really want to go down that route.
Right. Wow, they have disputes, events, files.
And some of them you can select, and some of them you can create as well. So it really depends, like which one you're doing.
Yeah. You said products, right?
Yeah.
Payment
Should be in there
interests,
at some point.
payouts, prices, products. Now look at
There
that.
you
You can select, insert, update, and delete.
go. Nice.
Okay. So do I need to create the table first? No, I want
I
to do a
think we have to
select.
run this query.
This one?
Yeah, that'd be my guess. But I don't know how to
Okay.
configure it, I guess. So object product, row ID, column ID. That makes sense. Okay, so it might be creating just a shadow table in Supabase.
Right. Product can be created, read, and updated and deleted. Each product includes name, description, active status. Use the attributes JSON column to access additional product details. While any column is allowed in where clause, most efficient to filter by ID. Okay. All right. Well, let's run it. Error. Stripe server does not exist.
Yeah. So did we create a server initially?
No. I just followed this. So what did we do? We created the extension wrappers with schema extensions.
Okay.
We
Did we run
enabled
that
the
guy?
striper. Yep.
Okay.
Enabled this. And then we stored the credentials in the vault.
Aha, there you go. Stripe
Ah,
server.
there it is. Okay. This is the one I missed. Let's keep that there actually and just paste this. Okay, so API key is the key from the one above. The key name from above required if API key is not specified. API URL, API
Okay.
version.
So I think URL and version, we don't have to worry too much about it, even though I can give you the exact version that we're using if you want.
Yeah, I'm going to put the key in there. It says we don't need the name if we're using the key, so...
Yeah, we're using the latest right now because I just created the account. So it's like 2024 12 18 dot acacia. Is a pretty strange
1218?
name. Yeah, I'm going to send it to you. That's
Okay.
the version.
Oh, wow. Okay. And what about the API URL? Same one?
API URL, yeah, that one doesn't change.
Okay, and then key name from above required if API key is not specified. Okay, so I can just get rid of that one then.
I think so. And then if we put the key ID, which is Stripe in this case, then it should be fine.
No, the key ID was the one from what I created above.
Yeah, so it's Stripe. If you use the exact same query, it is Stripe. Because it's going to call the vault, right? So
But
it
it
just
said
needs to.
no, it said returning key underscore ID, and it gave me an ID.
Oh, okay. Well, you could grab that one, yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
maybe, yeah, they're using the
because
vault, the actual vault ID, yeah.
yeah, I think we put in a secret called Stripe with an API key, and then it gives us a key ID.
Yeah, that makes
So
sense.
okay, I'm just going to run selected, see what happens. Perfect, and then we will run the Stripe product one. Perfect. Okay, it's good. We'll refresh this. We'll bring it back. Okay.
So we did run that Stripe server.
Yes, Stripe server has now been run, and product. Can I actually get there? Products.
You can click on that, yeah. Oh,
Wow, perfect.
so
Okay.
that one should work now.
This did. I already ran this.
You already ran the foreign table?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we should see it then.
Yeah, that'll be in table editor under Stripe.
Stripe, yeah.
Can I actually show this table?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I can. Products. Okay. Let me just close some of these. We don't need this one.
There you go. And we can see our product that I created.
Default price, which apparently is a gigantic string.
Yeah, it's a price ID, and then you gotta fetch it.
Oh, okay. Oh, cool. And then, yeah, here's all the stuff you added about it. Well, didn't look like we added
There's
much,
not
but
much. Yeah, just put a name and some kind of default price and whatever. So it is a basic subscription.
so what happens if you add another one? Does it automatically get added here?
Yes, provided that you reload, because I think they're actually making the requests live. I don't think they're.
So if you make a new product right now, I can just reload this table.
Yes, I think so.
Try it. Let's see it. Well, you may as well make the hobby and the enterprise. We'll call this first one the pro. Can you update the name? We'll do.
I can update the name. Yeah, I mean it depends because for products in Stripe, you usually want to create one product and then that product has multiple prices, right?
Oh, I see. I
That's
see.
usually how you would kind of deal with it.
Yeah, fair. Okay. Well, in that case, we could do that then.
Okay, so let me add another price. Let's say like $40. There you go. Boom. So I updated the product. Now we have two prices.
So if I refresh this, I should.
So the default price shouldn't have changed. But
Yep.
then we should see more stuff.
Here we go. So we got this guy. I don't see another price.
Yeah, because we don't really have access to prices straight up. So it just loads the product, but not really the price. So maybe there's another price thing that we can do.
Actually, there was right here.
Prices. Yeah,
Prices.
there you go. So that's what
Okay.
we might need.
Okay. So we'll go into our SQL editor. Oh, apparently I didn't copy that. Good thing I didn't have a key there. Oh, what the heck? It says it copied it. Oh, it's look at this.
Yeah.
It's copying that when I click this. See this? It copies this. Oh, that's good. All right. Run it.
Okay.
Perfect.
Table editor prices. There
Prices.
you go.
There
So
you
now we can see
go.
our two prices. Yeah.
Nice. And how do we know? Oh, there it is. It's attached to a product. Okay. Okay. All right. Let's fetch these from the front end and show them.
Yes, so that's the part that we need to kind of figure out. I don't know if we can activate RLS in a similar way, and because it's a separate schema, which is Stripe,
RLS is not enforced on foreign tables when you hover
it's not.
this.
Okay, yeah.
But that kind of makes sense because this is a product that you're purchasing. So we'd probably just we'd probably have to have some sort of thing linked to their account for which product they have. But in our case, we don't necessarily care about that
Yeah.
because you'd see this on the front page and stuff like that. But I think what you'd probably do is they'd pay for this. We would add some sort of thing to like that user, and then we'd use that in our database to check what they can and can't do.
Yeah, I mean, on the customer, for example, if we were to also add the customers in there, like you could fetch them from Stripe to get the extra information or whatever. But then my guess is that you would use the customer ID on your user, and then that's how you kind of know. And then maybe we can get away with the service role as well, creating like API endpoints. So, for example, here, if we want to list the products with their prices or whatever, we can probably do that with an API endpoint that we create, and we just call
Yeah.
the Supabase service role. This way, it doesn't have to use RLS.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yep. Yep. Okay. Let's do it. Okay. So we'd go into source app API, and we'd have a new route here called products. Products. And we do a route.ts, and we'd export get and we'd probably say const supabase equals create. I think we actually already have that, right? It's a
We do have that.
service client, right?
Yes.
Create.
I don't remember if we exported Supabase instance directly or not.
Service. There it is.
Okay, we still have to call the function. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. And then we'd say await products. But this is where it gets
So
interesting. Is it actually going to be Stripe?
no. So
Dot?
in before from, you can
Yep.
actually do dot schema
Ooh.
and then pass Stripe as the schema.
Oh, that's how you do it, hey?
Yeah.
Okay. Why is it complaining here?
I think it's because we don't have the types. It's just
Public
a bit
or
confused.
GraphQL public?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll
So we'll
see
have
what it
to
goes. Maybe.
rerun. We have a generate types, I think, right? Oh, wait. Did we do that in this?
I don't remember if we did
Yes,
that
we
in
did.
the
Here it
types.
is.
So yeah,
Types. I just don't remember what the command is. We'll have to. There
types
it is.
generate.
Types generate. Okay. So we'll just do pnpm types.
There you go. Full turbo. Oh, that probably means it didn't add much.
I think it went from it cached it. Cache hit.
Yeah. But it's normal because it's not part of like the Stripe schema is not part of the public API from from Supabase. So
Oh.
that might make sense why you have like that that TypeScript error thing,
Yeah.
right?
Okay. Hmm.
But if you try it out, I think it should still go through because we're using the service role, so it should still be able to grab it.
Yeah, let's see what happens.
It's just
Okay.
it should work.
All right, we'll go into our page. We have main here, and we'll just say that.
Worst case scenario, there is a trick we can use, which is we can create a view in the public schema that lists the products, and that view can have RLS.
We can create a view in.
Yep. In your Postgres public schema,
Oh.
and then you put the RLS on that view. So that should do the trick.
Okay. Which one do you prefer?
Well, it depends. If we can fetch it directly with the service role, might as well do that. It's not like we need to expose this through the API per se,
Fair.
since we're building our own API. But
Okay, so we're fetching data. Yeah,
see
we'll
if it
just throw
works.
an if error. Okay, perfect. And we've already got our page here. We're just console logging it. So we'll just go back to our localhost, refresh this guy, and failed to parse. Actually, that makes sense. It doesn't like that I'm doing. I wonder. Oh, failed to parse URL. Oh, maybe I have to go direct here. Yeah, there it is. That was my bad. That's because we're in server, so you can't just use the
Yeah.
the trailer. All right. So we should have seen a console log. Error. Invalid. No, that's fine. That's fine. Error. The schema must be one of the following. Okay, so we
Okay,
still
so we do need to create a view. Yeah.
interesting. But if we hold on though, oh, because it's probably not public. This must be in their docs, no?
Well, that's what I'm looking for. But they just talk about like
Prices.
creating a schema or whatever. They do have usage, but that's the query we saw. They don't really have anything else. Limitation.
tokens, top-ups, transfers. Oh, this FTP supports where clause. Select star from Stripe. Oh. Oops, I did not mean to do that.
Yeah, so you could fetch like a specific product if you wanted to.
Yeah,
That's what they're basically telling you.
do we maybe need to do an RPC for this? Wait, insert into Stripes, select ID. We can actually insert customers into them. Does that mean it's... I guess it's a foreign table, so yeah, of course I could.
That's a good question.
I'm surprised that they wouldn't have a way, like a usage for fetching these. Here's products. Oh, Stripe docs. Okay, yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, because we could add the Stripe schema there, but then that information becomes part of the public API. So then we would need to set up some kind of RLS on top, which I'm not sure we can.
Yeah, like it kind of makes me wonder the point of having this if I can't query it.
What
Somebody
happens
else
if you
wants to
click on that little lock here?
Nothing.
Nothing. It's
No. Just a symbol.
just a symbol. Yeah, because if we wanted to do the products, for example, we know we can create inserts and like updates or whatever. So if we were to run those queries, it would have to use the service role. So even if we had like a view to be able to fetch it on the other side, that view would not be able to create anything. So yeah, that's one part of their docs that they're kind of forgot here. Overview. Let's see. Foreign data wrapper security. Foreign data wrappers do not provide role-level security, thus it is not advised to expose them via our API. Wrappers should always be stored in a private schema. For example, if you're connecting your Stripe account, you should create a Stripe schema to store and blah, blah, blah. The schema should not be added to the additional schemas setting in the API. Now, if you want to expose any of the foreign table columns in your public APIs, you can create a database function with security definer in the public schema, and then you can interact with your foreign table through the API. For better access control, the function should have the appropriate filters on the foreign table to apply security rules based on your business needs. And then they give an example with the product section, which is interesting.
Okay.
So they create a public get Stripe products function that takes a name prefix, and then it's running the query in that schema through security definer.
Oh. Interesting. Okay.
And
Okay.
then you can restrict the usage of the function to specific groups. So, for example, if you only wanted your authenticated users to access them, you could do that.
Yes. Huh. I wonder what the benefit of this is over just going direct to Stripe. Is it just that we can view the data in our table and we can
I
still
think
do...
there's that, and there's like relationship. Like it's easier for you to like relate a customer, for example, with like a user with a customer ID in Stripe because you have the record in the Stripe schema, so you can kind of like do a foreign key or something.
Yep.
That would be my guess, like as to why you would use this.
Okay. You want to send me that post? Let's set that up.
For sure. Yeah.
Wait, where is it? Oh, right here. Okay. All right, let's see what happens. So basically, this guy, go here. So we create a public function called getStripeProducts with a name. It returns us a table that has the ID and the name. So how would we do a link? What if we also wanted to have the price? Because we only have default price here. We'd have to write another function.
Yes, for the prices.
Although I guess we could do a join right here.
You could, yeah, that's an option. Like I said, eventually I think we can create a view, but the problem with the view is like by default, if you create a view in the public schema and you're fetching data from a private schema,
Yep.
the view inherits kind of like the permissions through. So your user would have to have access to the private schema to also be able to fetch the view, unless
Yeah.
you create that view with security definer again, in which case it would still give access because it would use the permission of the creator of that view, which would be Postgres in this case.
Right. I think this is probably the way to do it, these functions. It makes sense. It's more it's more tailored to what you would want, right?
I think so.
So let's just modify this slightly. Let's say get Stripe products, get Stripe. Let's just call it get Stripe products, and let's not have it by name. That's it. It's just going to get us a Stripe products. So it
Okay.
returns an ID, a name. We're going to have to mess with this a little bit, but I guess I'll have to do the split actually. Let me open this in a split view. Can I collapse this one all the way? Oh, I can't.
Nope. But you
Oh,
can close it though.
We don't want it anymore though.
Eh.
Let's see. Can I separate it? There we go. There. Just in case. Okay, so basically we want products. So we're going to select the ID, the name, whether or not it's active, the default price, and the description. I think that's okay. We don't need any of the other stuff in here. Yeah, it should be fine. And then in prices, we're going to want... Whoops, are you serious? Oh, come on. We're going to want to have active and maybe how much unit amount?
Yes. So that would be the price.
And maybe the type. Okay, so we'll do ID name. Yeah, sure. And then we'll do comma. We'll do like P dot.
Be right back here. I'm just gonna go grab
Price.
something to drink.
Oh, that says int. I wish I could see what it was. Okay. All right. Looks like we're splitting this out as well. Okay. Good thing I checked.
Right. Back on track. I mean, you can
So we
try
want the price.
you
We
can
want
try your
the...
query separately as well if you want before you create the function.
Sorry?
You can try the query separately before you run the function. Like from line 15 to line 25. Like that's a query you can run if you want.
Oh, yeah. Good point. Actually, yeah. That's a good point. All right.
So I guess we would not need the name because we don't have the...
I think we just called ours products.
Yep.
products.
Yeah, and the name will not work because we're not fetching the name. So you can remove the where clause for now.
Oh, right.
And yeah, you need to select the query first, because
Right.
otherwise you're trying to run the function. There you go.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so we also want to say that we want prices. How do we do
Yes.
an array?
So that's going to be tricky.
Yeah, because it's essentially.
Because it would have to return two records, one with one price and one with the other. So the easiest is probably to fetch your prices here, which is probably what we want to do, because our endpoints, what we want to do is list the different prices so you can subscribe to those, right?
Yeah.
So we could probably just do a query from Stripe prices and then join some data about the product as well, so we can still connect to the right product and get a list
Yes.
of the prices.
Yes. Okay, so we'll say select star from Stripe prices. I think we called it
You can
prices.
call it BBIP or whatever.
Honestly, I guess it's so you don't have to call it stripe.prices. That makes sense.
The same thing, you go to select it. Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Perfect.
So those are the
Okay, so then
prices.
we'll
I mean, the
say.
product ID is in there, so it's not like we need the info about the product, unless we want to display the name of the product or something.
Well, we are going to need some ID for some from it. So we'll say let's call it PR, PR.name, and maybe PR.description. Right? So we'll say select star from this. Oh man, my SQL, does the from come last or after? It's left join.
So you're gonna need the PR.id as well in there, and you need commas.
We're not going to need the ID of the. Oh yes, because
We're gonna
they're
need
going to
it
want to buy
because the
it.
join
Yeah,
is gonna have to be on something, right?
yeah, yeah,
And so now you can do a join if you want.
yeah. I'm blanking on the. The from comes first, right? It's select star
Yeah,
from, and then
and then
it'd be
join.
left join. So we actually want to do a left
Eh,
join.
you could just do a join if you wanted to.
We want a left join.
And
And
so the
then
name
left
of the table.
join stripe dot products, and we'll call it PR. Oh, actually, I don't think you do that. Yeah, we say where. Oh, it is right. I was right. It is PR. Okay, where PR.id equals. It's just a single equals this time, and then P dot. Oh, they actually just call it product. Interesting. Okay. I think that's it.
Try it out.
Uh,
So you need to add the table to from, and then, or remove the PR from your left join. Yeah.
left join.
But I think you have to add it to from as well. I don't know.
Oh, like stripe dot product PR. Yeah, man, I gotta start doing it.
It's been a while. We haven't done like a raw. Yeah. Also, it's not where it's on.
Oh, thank you. I don't think it's a double. I don't think you have to
No, no,
do
no.
from twice.
Probably not.
I
No.
think it's left join products and then you just give it its name. Oh wait, it's left join select, right?
No, it's left join with the name of the thing, but I don't think it likes the alias.
Oh, there's a way to do the alias. You know what? Let's cheat.
that's pretty much what we have. Like, what the hell? Oh,
Is it?
as. I think you have to do as.
Yeah. That's hilarious. Okay. Oops. I don't know why I just went to a different thing there. That's funny. Hey, look at
Maybe
that.
not. Yeah, no, you don't because as is SQL. Yeah, I get confused sometimes between SQL and like Postgres. Yeah,
It was p dot star. That was the problem. It was selecting star.
fair.
Yeah. All right. I don't think we need product ID. We can just run this without. Oops. The reason being is that we already have the product ID. It's right there. Product.
Fair.
There you go. Product name, product description.
Okay, so now we have a list
Okay.
of prices. So we could potentially put that into a function and just
Yeah,
have a
so
function that returns the prices.
we'll
So
just
those are
put this
basically your
guy
plans.
right here. And we'll call this get Stripe products because it's still getting the Stripe product. It's just with prices.
Yeah, or get Stripe plans or whatever we want there.
Sure, let's do that. Plans. Okay. Now the thing is if we do the starter kit with Stripe like this, they're not going to have a Stripe account with a product in it. So how's this going to work for them?
Yeah, that's the issue. And plus, we would have to set up some guide on how to set up your credentials in for Stripe inside to make sure that the calls is actually getting through.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, I guess
but
we may
like,
as well build it, and then what we could do is rather than add it, we can create a kind of README package for it.
sure. I mean, another option is to not go through Supabase if we feel like it's something complicated and just set up the Stripe SDK inside of the Next.js app and create some routes that would fetch the
But it
plan
would be
for
the
us.
same thing unless there's a way to give like fake products,
It
right?
would be
Because
the same thing, but in the README, we could just say like, hey, go in your Stripe account, grab the two API keys that you need, set them up in your next step, and then create a product so you can like fetch it. You know,
yeah. You know what? Let's do both. Let's try it. Let's finish this and then let's go see what the Stripe one is like and let's see which one we like better. All right, so this is returns table ID. So actually we want all those. So be ID text currency
and we could just have an empty state if they
text.
don't have any products in their Stripe account yet. We could just say like, hey, you need to create some products in your Stripe account.
Fair. Oh, we need a default price. We need to know what the default price is. Oh no, we don't. What am I talking about? We're looping over the prices, so we don't need that. We'll call it product. We'll call it product as product ID because that's what it actually is.
Is it?
Yeah, it's right here. Product. They have it as I don't know why it doesn't come as product ID. We'll call it unit amount.
I don't think you can use the as in there, can you?
Of course you can. Oh wait. Oh wait. I think you're
Because that
right.
is describing whatever this function is returning, and what it's returning is
Yes.
product.
Yes,
And
you're
you got to
correct.
specify what type of column it is, which is text in this case.
Yeah. Yes, that's right. Okay.
And your unit amount is probably some kind of integer. That would be my guess.
Okay. Do we have to put the created and stuff?
Yeah, like you need to basically match whatever you're returning from your query.
They didn't have ever. Does it have to be everything you're returning? Okay. So
Well,
we have
they
to
didn't have
do
everything because they were selecting specific fields, but you have a P star in here. So you're selecting like everything from the products table. So you got to map all of those fields.
yeah, fair. Okay. Product name, just text, and product description, just text. Okay, so we just need to know what created is.
That's a timestamp TZ,
Think so?
most likely.
Timestamp TZ.
Yeah,
Should we double check?
double check, but that would be my guess. Or just timestamp. No, timestamp.
Okay. Okay. Looks like everything. Good to you.
Yeah, let's try and run it, see if what happens.
Perfect.
Okay.
It worked.
So now if we try to call it,
Like just right from here.
yeah, so you could do like select all, like you don't have to delete this query, but you can do like select all from, and then you pass the function and you call the function actually.
Oh, is it public? Dot.
Yeah.
What get stripe
Get
plans?
Stripe plans.
Get underscore stripe.
That's pretty weird. We don't have the auto completion here.
Error. Structure of query does not match function result. Big int does not match expected type context. Select P.
Return type big int doesn't match expected. Blah blah blah. So what is your
Oh, we don't need this set search thing, do we? Because we're no longer doing a search. We should say, what is this? Create
or replace?
replace.
Yeah.
It's so it says return query. Is that
Yeah,
right?
that is correct. Yeah.
Okay.
But here it's an issue with the structure. So whatever the structure it is that we define in that function is not what we actually return. So there's a type mismatch somewhere between the columns that we defined and then the actual query.
Okay. So let's see. ID,
So that's
active,
definitely text. That's definitely a
currency,
boolean.
product, unit amount, type,
Text, yeah.
created, attributes.
Are the attributes JSON B or JSON?
I think they're. I'm pretty sure they're JSON B. JSON B.
Okay. Hmm.
Okay, and then product name, product description.
And that's all we have. So interesting.
What's PLPG SQL?
That's just the language of whatever the function is in like between the begin and end. Typically it's PLPG SQL.
Okay, so then select.
Return stables as query select blah.
Well, you know the play now.
Yeah, there might be some little detail we're missing.
Oh,
Yeah, they want us to list all of it.
okay. Oops. I always do that. So they just want to be super specific. Okay. Still worked?
Nope.
No.
So P description doesn't exist.
Wait. P description. Oh yeah, why did it add P description? Oh, my bad. I added description. Was that the problem the whole time? Yep, that was the problem the whole time. Cool.
There's no description on the table.
Not on prices.
Fair.
Oh. Create or replace. Okay. Get Stripe plans.
I think you have to do drop function.
Still says I can do it.
No, you got to do drop function.
How
Otherwise,
dare
it
it.
doesn't know what it's trying to drop.
Okay. Okay. Hey, look at that.
There we go.
Okay. All right. So then we'd go into our starter kit. And I think we have, we don't have a
Product route.
folder. We have a products route, but we don't have a, I guess it doesn't matter, but I like creating a little thing for it. So this is now going to be await Supabase dot from, no, RPC, right?
RPC.
RPC. And then we'll do, whoops, get Stripe products.
Oh, plans? Did we call it plans?
Oh, I think we call it plans, yeah. Is that it?
I don't remember.
I feel like that might be it. Although it doesn't like it. That could just be because I didn't generate the types. Let me generate the types again. Cache hit again.
That seems correct to me.
How do you do no cache again?
Try that.
It didn't work. No cache will be deprecated. Use -- cache equals local :R.
Try that then. It's a little weird.
Local :R. It still worked. It still hit cache.
Oh, can you? Yeah.
There.
That would work.
Done. Okay, perfect. Okay, let's see what happens. So now if we go into here, trigger a reload,
Well, we
should be able to
already
go
had
into
results.
this.
Yeah.
There it is.
There we go.
Okay. So that's one way. Now the other way with Stripe.
With Stripe, well, it would just be a Stripe API call, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Stripe has an SDK you can use. It's pretty.
I'm just curious which one's better.
I don't know actually if there's any advantage, because if it's still making a live request to Stripe, then it still depends on the Stripe API. So
Yeah.
I think the only advantage I can think of so far is that you can foreign key on it. You can say, okay, I want this user to be subscribed to a product that exists in my database, and because now it is technically, you can. But that would be my only advantage, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, I see what you're saying. Wait, I can use a key from a foreign table inside
I
a
think
public
so.
table?
Yeah, I think so.
I could just
So
store it there. I can't store it as like a foreign key yet. I just have to store it as a value.
yeah, like on your users table, we could have like a, let's say, product ID or whatever. And then
Yeah.
that product ID could be a foreign key on your stripe.products table to make sure that this ID actually exists there.
But does that actually work? Can you actually do
I
that?
don't know. I don't know. I've never tried it,
But if a
but
foreign
that's
table
my assumption.
but if a foreign table is has no RLS and is in a private schema, how could you have a foreign key to it?
Well, the foreign key is just checking whether or not that value exists on the table on the other side, but you don't need, like your end user doesn't need access to that table. It's just for data consistency's sake.
Hmm. Okay.
So if our user clicked the button like I want to subscribe to this thing, we could just say like, oh, is it a price that exists in our table? Do we know about it? And yeah, this way they can't use any ID for the price or whatever. But
Right.
that'd be my guess. So React Stripe is probably for like the front end part of it.
Yeah, it looks like it.
If you just want to query the API, you can just use the Stripe SDK, the Node version.
Yeah, where is it? I see right here,
It's probably
mobile
like
and web.
API or so.
Is it this one?
No, it's not this one.
Client side SDK. No, it's still. Huh.
You can
Okay.
just npm it. I think it's Stripe.js or something.
Why is it not in here though?
Open API. Like there's an API thingy under SDK. Might be in there. No. No.
Oh, this is
Interesting.
just their API.
That's
Maybe they
interesting.
don't. Oh, there it is. There you had it. Oh,
Okay.
to view documentation for early access programs, you're enrolled and sign in. Hmm.
Stripe SDK. Oh, server side SDK. It's in the overview.
Oops. It's in the overview. One second.
Yeah, if you go back to where you were,
Oh no, I can't go back. Really?
docs.stripe.com/SDKs.
Developers.
Library SDK, you have it there.
Yeah, that's the one I
Yeah.
clicked on.
So SDK under developer tools and overview.
Oh.
You have server side SDK here, and you can switch your
Okay.
language.
We want Node. Okay. But I see what you're saying. If we ended up doing it this way, then we wouldn't be able to like actually know if it existed as a product. We'd have to.
You got to use code after that. Like you can't rely on your database to enforce that truthfulness, I guess, between IDs in Stripe and IDs in your database, right?
Hmm.
So if you have a user that's using your product, I don't know if it would actually still work.
Makes me wonder though if they have webhooks.
They do, yeah. Stripe has a bunch of webhooks you can use. Yeah.
Yeah, so in theory, you could make it so that when you trigger a payment for a product, you fire a webhook that then adds their product ID to your users table.
Usually
And if
that's what
it's
it does. Yeah.
yeah, and if it's the only way, then it means in theory you should never have a product ID that's out of sync because there's
It
nothing else in the
depends
code that does it.
because you could have a user that subscribed to a product and then you could have one of your staff deleting that product. And then if you don't listen to the webhook where the product is deleted and you need to change those users that are using it, then you fall out of sync.
Yeah, that's fair.
But it would still happen if we had the schema, because then you end up in a situation where you're trying to do a foreign key on a thing that doesn't exist anymore. So you still have that issue going on. So yeah, it's very hard to actually explain like what would be handy about using the data wrapper.
This person already has a video on it. Handling Stripe webhooks. Oh, it's just another video. Okay. All right. Well, we'll leave it as we is for now.
Remote server is an external database, API, or any system containing data you want to query from your Postgres database. So yeah, it's only helpful if you just want to query it from your Postgres database. If you don't need any of that, then meh.
Yeah, so in theory, this Stripe SDK is probably the better option because then you have full control over how you want to. You could just write a wrapper around it, fetch what you
Pretty
need, put
much,
in your
yeah.
database, and then have webhooks to keep your stuff in sync.
Maybe the promise was to not have to write all those webhooks, because every time you create a table, you would have up-to-date data.
Mm.
That's probably what it is.
You'd still have to write a webhook though, because like you said, if I delete a plan, I'd still want to make sure all my users don't have that plan.
Yeah, but you could have a cron on the Supabase side that just queries the products table, for example, and if the product disappeared, then you do whatever you need to do with your users. So
Yep.
you just have to query that table periodically, I guess.
Hmm.
So yeah, I still like the webhook idea better. I mean, it's a lot more. It's a bit more work because you do have to create that webhook in the first place. But once you
Yeah.
have it set up, it's pretty easy to add stuff that you want to do.
Yeah. But like think about trigger dev. You could you could have them purchase a product and then send a task to trigger dev to go create it all.
You could, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
I'm
right.
having trouble
So
explaining the value of that foreign data wrapper here.
right? I say we get rid of it and we use the SDK. And in that case, we could create a package because then if people don't want it, they just delete the package.
For Stripe?
Yeah, you could just have a Stripe package that all it does is hold all your queries. It's essentially just a wrapper. You put it into the code, and then it's just like Stripe dot get product, Stripe dot create customer, Stripe dot like it just does what you need it to do type thing.
Sure. I mean, most likely, if people are using the starter kit, they want to create a product that they want to sell.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think they wouldn't necessarily get rid of Stripe.
No, it makes sense, but there's no point in coupling it into all of the code when you could just have a package for it,
If you want, it's up to you. I
right?
mean, we have a
It's
monolith,
just
so
yeah, it's
we
just
can do.
less like the way I think about it is we would come. Let's collapse this for a second, right? We go in here and we do a new folder. We'd call it Stripe, right?
It would be
Like why
handy
not?
if you want to create your separate API. If you want to create a
Yeah,
separate
well, because
API,
then in here you could do a new folder called queries, and then you can put every single query you'd ever need for Stripe in here. You could have payments. You could separate all your stuff out and put your own logic in it,
but that's kind
and
of what
then
the Stripe SDK already gives you.
yes, but you get more control over it this way. If you put it into your code and decide you want to change something later, you might have to. Well, I guess it's
It's kind of
still
the same.
going.
Yeah.
In this case, you only go to one folder though. I guess
I
you'd.
would just create a service. Like you have a Stripe service. We build the client for you, and then you can use the Stripe client to do whatever queries you need. And then we give you some examples in the API routes that you can use. So, like an example webhook, and then an example actual call
Yeah, that's
uh,
fair.
sh- should be good enough.
All right. I'm trying to find more use cases for packages then. Like what's the purpose of these things?
Well, packages is helpful once you start having multiple apps. So right now the starter kit is very easy because we only have web
Yeah,
and we
so like
use it
but
for API and everything. But if you
would
split that in multiple, then it becomes more handy to have those packages.
well exactly, but wouldn't that make Stripe more powerful then? If I could have
Yes, but it's kind of premature because we don't
hmm,
know if we're going to have another app.
that's fair. Okay. All right, so let's set it up. We already have our products, so I need this guy. We need this. I do not need that. I need. Oh wait, this was it.
Yeah, you can actually switch the in the docs of Stripe. You can switch the language, and it gives you the node equivalent,
That
which is pretty
wasn't
nice.
actually it. Where did it go? Delete, delete. Oh, we should undo everything we just added. Uh, did we add anything? We
Well,
added
we
this
just have that
thing.
route, and then
Yeah, this was
that's
actually
pretty much
fine. We can still keep that one.
and the
Yeah, that's
types.
fine.
So the types we would need to delete the function that we created, and we generate the types so that the RPC stuff is not in there.
Y- Yeah, we also want to drop the foreign tables.
That's
And can
okay. You could just do a DB reset. We didn't do any migration.
oh, can't I just do that right now and delete everything then?
You can, and then regenerate the types. Yeah.
Oh, whoops. Can't just do.
That would be a nice shortcut, but yeah.
Next thing you know, it's just it's like resetting every database you have locally. Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's something to dig a little more into. Like, what would be
Yeah,
the
what
actual use case for this?
right? Yeah, kind of curious. I saw that some foreign tables do let inserts, like products and stuff. So I
Yeah, but
guess you
like you said, it's not like it's complicated to use the Stripe SDK.
yeah. I guess if you were building I don't know, like maybe if you're building something like Shopify, if like an e-commerce website and you wanted people to be able to add products, you could, I guess. I'm not sure. Ask AI. What's the value of a
That's
foreign?
exactly what I'm doing right now.
Uh, okay, so I should be able to go into here and not see that function anymore. Okay, perfect. And I should be able to go into table editor and not see. Wait, how come the schema still exists? Oh, it doesn't. Okay, perfect.
Oh, I see. Okay, that's a use case. Okay,
Wait,
that
I
that
just
is a
lost.
use case.
Did we not have any tables?
Don't think we did. No,
Oh,
or maybe you,
okay,
maybe the
good.
users or something.
Oh, we just lost them.
We didn't do the migration?
Apparently, we did not.
Is our Supabase migration folder is empty? Yeah.
Yep. Ah.
Well, there you go. I guess we're gonna have to do that again.
Oh
Nice.
no.
Nice.
Oh, I guess you can't even go back, can you? A
Nope.
DB reset is a
DB reset is a DB reset. It's like
oh, I should have ran a migration before we did that. Oh, that's
yeah.
hilarious. All right. Well,
It's okay. We can figure it out. I
uh
think we just had the users
actually
table and the keep alive. I think that's all we had.
yes, and if I'm not mistaken, we used ChatGPT for part of it. Uh,
Or wasn't it Cursor?
oh man. Oh, you might be right.
I mean, Cursor has a history if you want to check it out.
I don't. Was it cursor?
I think it was.
It does have a history. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
show history. Hmm. No, I don't think
But
so.
yeah, we can go back to it. Like I think we just had the users table, and maybe we did the keep alive thing. So it's not like impossible to rebuild.
Actually, you know what's funny? I know a way we could go back and get it. We recorded it.
Well, yeah, we could always rewatch the video.
Yep, I will do that. I will do that in my own time. We don't have to have people watch us redo that. That's kind of funny. Oh, jeez. All right. Uh, well, where was I? Stripe.
This is the importance of your migrations.
Yep. Yep. That's so funny. That's so funny. Well, at least we didn't have a ton of stuff in there.
So yeah, there is a use case of having like a direct access to Stripe through your database is if you want to run some analytics queries and you would get that Stripe data from it.
Okay. But in that case, you would still use the Stripe SDK for everything else. You would just have a foreign table where you could run your stuff against it.
I think so, yeah. That seems to be the promise. It's just like, okay, you have access to that data if you want to create queries that
Yeah.
put your data together.
So I guess in theory, we would create everything we wanted with the Stripe SDK, hook it all up. And
Mhm.
then if we wanted to have, say, like a cron job with Trigger Dev that checked every 24 hours for the top selling product, we could do it by querying the foreign table and
Yeah,
pinging us.
for
Yeah.
example. And you could create a record into another table. Or if you wanted to augment the information, like your user, for example, will store the customer ID from Stripe. And if you wanted to have some analytics or that runs a query, but it needs more information about the customer in Stripe, then you could query that in real time through your database.
Right. Okay. Okay. Still not quite what we were hoping to get out of it, but I do see what you're saying there.
It's indeed not very yeah.
All right, so let's go back into developers, library SDKs overview, and we simply want to install Node. So pnpm install Stripe. Okay. cd apps web pnpm add Stripe. Oh, I need this again. Hey, wow. Can I like deactivate this with Core Pack and just install it normally? Is that a thing?
I don't know.
Made the mistake of activating it with Core Pack and oops. Yeah, and I always get this. If I do npm
It
pmi
seems like you're missing a thing here. Activat. What kind of a flag is that?
pmi-g npm. There we go. Then npmi-g pnpm. pnpm-v. There we go. Okay. Okay, we added it. So now I think it's just as simple. Oh, do they not actually have... Wait, did they not actually have a doc for it? Is that it?
No. So install it, and then we have to go into the API docs to look at what kind of calls we want to make, and then they'll give you the queries.
Oh, it's right here.
There's an example usage here, but the actual docs from the API, every
Yep.
resource has an example.
Oh. Oh, that's cool. Okay. So we go into
Yeah,
API here. I
pretty
guess API
much.
v2.
Yeah, you would need the actual API thing.
Oh.
So not the docs. You would need the API reference. Yeah, like if you click API reference here, you should see it. There you go. So
Oh,
here
cool.
you can actually find that, and you can set it up to Node.js, so it shows you everything.
Okay. Set it up to Node.js. Okay, so yeah, set into Node. Okay. Oh, cool.
Yeah, you can switch everything. It's
Yeah,
pretty
that's
neat.
neat. All right. So Stripe uses API keys to authenticate requests. You can view and manage your API keys in the dashboard.
Yeah.
Test mode
You
secrets have a prefix
you
and
switched it to
live.
Ruby for some reason, though.
Oh, you don't like Ruby?
No.
All
There you
right.
go. Even though
Let,
Stripe itself is built
let,
on
you
Ruby
know
on
what?
Rails.
Let's pivot and write the whole thing in .NET.
No, thank you.
Okay. So we simply need to wait. Why don't they do ESM? Can I switch it? I guess not. I just assume it works, I guess. All right.
It
So
does. You just
active
have to do
connected
import
accounts.
star as Stripe.
Okay. Const stripe equals stripe var charge. Okay, let's grab this. Okay, so we would like to go into our code here. We'll create a new service, do a new file, call it stripe.server.
Yep. I mean, that one kind of has to be server.
Yeah, but it kind of follows our
Yeah.
pattern.
But it's the same with
Okay,
resend, like those are server
so
only.
we'll say import star as stripe, export const stripe. And
There
we
you go.
need our Stripe secret key, which I think you sent me. Yes. Okay.
Yes.
And it's a test key, so this one's fine to show, right? Ah, I won't. I'll just
I mean, we can delete the Stripe account after this stream, but or re-roll them, I guess.
yeah, but then we'd have to if I showed it, we have to re-roll them all. Okay, so then we go into here and we say Stripe. Oops. Really? It's an example one. Why do we care? Okay. Perfect. Oh. Wait, why can't I toggle? Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay, looks the same to me. Perfect. Okay, we've got our Stripe set up. Oops.
There you
I
go.
really got to get back into using this switcher. Oh, it's still on the wrong screen. Weird. Do you know how to use the command tab to show
Yeah.
your apps? It's on the wrong screen.
Interesting. Usually, there's a way to make it appear on the screen you want, but
Yeah. Well, what's funny is when we first started, it was on the correct screen, and then it just flipped to the wrong one. Okay. So we would like to do fetching our plans. Although in our case, I guess we can't do that anymore.
yeah, you can.
So, but we need both plan and object, right?
Well, you can list the products, but because we're using the API directly, we can actually augment some of those calls to get the prices.
Mm. I assumed
So
we'd have to
most
fetch
likely
prices and the
in
products.
yes, but most likely in your app, like you wouldn't unless you're selling multiple products, which is a use case sometimes. But generally, you would create one product for your SaaS app, and then it just has multiple prices.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So you would have an environment variable with your product ID already, and it would just be tied to that. But
Mm.
some apps, if you want to build it like really flexible, you could also like have something configurable. In which case, you could allow your marketing team, for example, or like your sales team to create new products, and those would be added to the app like dynamically. It just depends how you want to integrate with Stripe, right?
Yeah, fair. Okay, why is this not giving us the SDK for it?
You could also use Stripe
Oh, it's
without
right there.
using the plan because Stripe also has a hosted pricing table. So you can do an embed of your pricing table.
But
If you
that's
look it
no
up,
fun. But that's boring. I don't want to do that.
it's actually kind of cool. It's very simple to set up, so it's nice.
Does it give me my cards?
Your cards. Well, it's going to give you a pricing table that you can embed anywhere. You know, so
No,
it's nice. And this way, if you change if you add a price to your product, or if you change the prices in your product, they will be automatically reflected because it's a hosted thing.
Wait, they have plans? You can now model subscriptions more flexibly with the Prices API.
Mhm.
It replaces the Plans API and it's backwards compatible. Oh, I see.
Yeah, that was the old way. But now you have to create a product and create prices in there, and then deal with that.
Create an invoice, add more products and prices. Oh, cool.
Right. So the product I created right now, we just have two prices. One of them is $20 a month. The other one is $40 a month. And those are just examples. The product is
Yeah,
called Starter Kit.
this is interesting. They don't actually have they don't have an SDK example for prices. See this? They just have endpoints. But then for this one, it actually has the SDK. And if you scroll down for the create a price, it has the SDK, but it
Mhm.
doesn't have an update. You can retrieve. There we go. List all. Ah, okay. I see how they're doing this. Okay. All right. What did you send me? Did you send me anything?
I sent you
Building a pricing table.
the pricing table stuff here.
Oh, it's like this. Ah, interesting.
Because with that, it's kind of cool. All you have to do is embed the pricing table. People go through the checkout or whatever, and then you have your webhook that receives the successful checkout, and just set them up with their plan.
Right. Okay. All right. Let's do it. The question though is, do they have an example for Next, or are we gonna have to build this ourselves? Looks like we'll build it ourselves. Okay, so you can use the Stripe dashboard to create a table that displays different subscription price levels. You don't need
Yes.
to write any custom code to create or embed a price.
So let me try and do that for you. I just need to figure out, like, what did they say? Where is it?
A pricing
So
table.
Stripe checkout,
Pricing table that is embeddable UI.
payment links, dispute, whatever. Where is it? Transaction. Oh, pricing tables. There you go. Create a pricing table. Create a pricing table. Gonna find my product, start a kit, add another price, start a kit, boom. I'm assuming you want it to be in English, not in French.
I don't know. Do they have Dothraki?
No, I don't think they do.
How about Klingon?
No, they don't have that either.
Unacceptable.
Oh, and you can actually put multiple products in there. That's interesting.
Okay, if you're using
Didn't know you
HTML.
could.
If you're using React, include the script tag in your index.html page to mount. Publishable API key. So I guess we need that one too.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, I'll add that quick. I think you sent that to me as well.
Wait, this product pricing plan has the same billing period and currency as the other pricing plan of the same product. Oh, I see. My bad. I was completely off here. Okay, let me just change that a little bit.
What do they call it? Publishable key. That was weird. It auto-generated a key for me, and it was the correct length, which makes me wonder if it took it from somebody's code. Okay, and then we'll go into here. Okay, publishable key has been added. Oh, not constructible. Oh, okay.
Okay, so I'll do that. Now I create a pricing table. Now we can add those different products. There we go. That seems more logical. Okay. Boop it up. Oh, actually, let me do a little highlight here. That could be interesting. We'll do that.
Taking a long time over there.
Okay, there you go. So I got my embeddable table. I can send you the code if you want. There's some code.
Yeah, let's do it. Okay. What do you got here? Script. Okay, so we have to add a script. We don't exactly have an HTML page, so I guess that goes in the root layout.
That's one thing I don't know about Next because I haven't crossed that bridge yet. But like in Next, you would add it to your header, your metadata, basically.
Yeah. So I think it goes here. We can just cut this guy.
I guess you could also put it like with the thing because we don't need to load that script for every page if we're just showing it for.
That is true. It's true. Could just make it like a server component.
I guess, yeah.
Let's see. Let's see what happens. Call it plans pricing table.
Or pricing table, yeah.
I call it pricing table, sure. I'm not sure why I gave us that extra.
I don't know.
So this would just become that. Pricing table does not have type intrinsic. Did you build it for React?
I mean, they don't
Oh wait,
really
it's the
allow you to choose it.
same thing.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. If using TypeScript, add the following snippet. Do I have to add it here? No. How does that work in Next?
You can add it to this. I've done it somewhere.
I think you just created types, right?
Yeah. There's a thing. Um, I've done it on a project recently because I had a similar issue. Maybe it's this project here.
I remember it. You just create it at source or at root. I don't remember.
Yeah, you can create like a global.d.ts. There you go. And you can
Inside of
create it.
web.
I created it in a types folder.
Oh, okay. Inside of source?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know because the project that I'm working on doesn't have a source folder. It's just a regular app router. So.
Right. Doesn't look like it worked.
You might need to rerun your thing.
Like rerun the app or just reload the window?
The app. I don't know if the reload window would be enough. Yeah. Still not.
No.
Damn. It's not picking it up. Yeah, I don't remember how I did that because I had to do a similar thing for like Clerk because I had metadata.
Yeah. I also
Is it in a
remember having
declare global or something like that?
Yeah.
What do you have in there? Your global d.ts. Yeah, declare global. Okay, yeah, it's pretty weird. That should do the trick.
Damn. I had a project that did this as well. What project was that?
Yeah, we could just cursor it. Yeah.
I don't think Cursor would know that specific. I know. Oh, I think I remember what project it might be. Let me check. CD. I just don't want everyone seeing all of my files, so let me just quickly. Should be. Okay, I actually don't have it on here. Okay, that makes sense. There it is. Okay, if I don't have it on here, then that means that it's in GitHub. And it would be repos 3JS. That's because I did 3JS and I did everything that the course was JavaScript, and I converted them all to TypeScript.
Nice.
Yeah, but it required a global. So where would that have started? Let's try this one. Although it was just a Vite app. Did I just put it in there? No, I didn't. Yeah, it was a Vite app, so actually it wouldn't matter. Okay. It's not what we're looking for. type roots. Cracked this problem in the repo tsconfig base JSON added /types to type roots. Each type in tsconfig types reference separate folder. And you can add typings. Okay. tsconfig base JSON. So it's saying that I can go into our tsconfig package and add a types in here. Type roots and do /types. And then we can go into web. Oh, wait, that's fine. It extends basic. We could go into here. We could create that types, and we could move this in there. And then we should be. Damn it. We'll have to figure this one out. Do / at ts no check for this for now, just to see if this even works. I'll go into page, add in the pricing table. What? No, keep that. Oh, am I running? Yeah, I am. Hey, look at that.
Noise.
Failed to fetch though something. Blocked by client. I wonder if there's a better way. I wonder if this has to be a script. Oops.
Next.js. So they create the thing, but they use a use effect to actually create the element. That's an interesting way to do it.
In Next.js example you saw?
Yeah. Yeah, there's this guy here. He posted an article, and it's like recreating basically the thing, but with a client component.
Oh. Why would we
Why
want to do
not?
that?
I mean, I guess it has to be client if you're loading a script.
That's fair.
What else? Optimizing script. There you go.
Okay.
Script optimization, layout scripts, application scripts. Blah blah blah.
So this
Strategy.
go here.
You can offload scripts to a web worker. No. Inline scripts.
Still has an issue.
Most of the examples are showing. Oh, there's also a next script, apparently.
Yeah, that's what I'm using.
Right. So why is it that it can't post? Do we have a publishable key in there? Yeah.
Yep. Although now that I made it a client component, maybe not.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now that I made it a client component, let me just quickly go.
Well, that one can be next public no matter what because it's publishable, so it's fine. It's kind of expected that this one would be on the front end.
Okay. Okay, there we go. Okay. Okay, so it loads, but we still get this
Yeah.
failed to fetch.
Pretty strange. Blocked by client. What is your warning below?
That's Sentry. Warning below. Permission policy header.
Yeah. Those don't seem related. If you click on subscribe, nothing happens, I'm guessing.
Oh, it works.
Yeah.
It works.
Whatever then.
But I can't select one.
Oh, but you can't. That's not how the table works. You just have to click on subscribe for the one you want. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, cool. Yeah, it's just all these that are weird. Maybe it's just because we're in a local server.
That would be my guess. I mean, as long as the functionality is working, I don't see why. I don't see why it'd be an issue. Let's see if their docs has anything to say about it. It does have limitations, like it only supports like common subscription models. You can't do like some weird custom billing.
It also doesn't go too tiny. Look at this.
Yeah.
Most popular gets cut off. Test mode gets cut off.
I mean, what is a regular iPhone though? Because you're going like super mega tiny. Yeah, there you go. Like, it still looks okay on a
iPhone
phone.
SE.
It still looks fine on the phone.
Yeah, that's fair.
So, I mean, this is meant to like get you started quickly,
Yeah,
and
makes
then you
sense.
kind of go from there. There's a point where it's kind of expected you're going to do a deeper integration with Stripe. It's
Yeah.
just in the beginning, it gets you rolling.
Yeah, that's cool. There we go. Stripe added.
So yeah, I think it's a basic thing, and then we just need a webhook though to capture like, okay, if I first of all I need to show that pricing table when I'm signed in, potentially, because I need to find a way to relate. If I subscribe right now, there's nothing relating me to my user account.
Yeah. Yeah. Unfortunately, we cannot do that right now because I blew out the user table.
Yes, you did.
So I think we can call the stream here and pick it back up on next Monday when I refresh all those tables.
Sounds good.
And then I think that's it, right? We'll make it. I assume we can use fake because they have fake visas in Stripe, so you can
Yeah,
just
yeah,
set
yeah.
a fake one, subscribe, get it connected to their account,
Yes,
and
we can
then
totally do that. Oh, they do have a content security policy. If you've deployed a content security policy, the policy directive that pricing table requires are blah.
oh,
So
okay.
they do have like some stuff.
Can you send that to me? I'll take a look.
It's on this page. Um, Here, there's like a bunch of interesting things.
Okay, perfect.
And you can pass an existing customer. So we could potentially create the customer as well when people create their account or whatever. And then you can pass that customer through to the pricing table if you need to.
Yep.
You can also pass the customer email.
For the sign in button, we don't really want to show a sign in button if you also have a hobby kit, do we? I guess are we going to allow people to create it? I guess it doesn't. It's just a starter kit, so it doesn't really matter. But would you let somebody create an account without choosing a plan first?
Yeah, I mean, typically it depends on your app, right? Like some people do the sign up with the payment. Um, I guess if you take a payment, you need an account because otherwise there's nothing to relate it to, unless it's like a one-off product and you don't care. But like if it's a subscription, you need some kind of account to relate it to. So typically what you would do is you sign in and then it's up to you if you want to do a free trial or if you want to have a freemium type of model.
Nope.
In that case, you would just limit some features, and then when they try to access those features, you would say like, "Hey, choose a plan." It's kind of up to you. Yeah. Most of the products I've worked on, they always forced the plan straight up.
Yeah,
So,
so if I click subscribe here, it would probably pop the sign-in window first.
while you wouldn't even show that pricing plan.
Oh, you would just show what the prices are so that when they sign in, they could subscribe. That would make
Yes.
sense.
So
Yeah.
we would have to replicate that table, I guess, and display the plans either way
Yeah,
if you want to have that.
that makes sense.
Yeah, it really depends on your use case. That's the tricky part. It's not like we can build something very custom in the starter kit for Stripe because it really depends on what you're trying to do.
Yeah. Yeah. That's fair.
And it's even more complex if you want to go into like a connected accounts type of situation, like an Uber platform or whatever.
Yeah. Well, I think we should probably not do the embedded table for the starter kit since I assume we needed an account to create this with the publisher key, right?
Yeah.
So we should probably just create our own little quick card for code eval and just call it a day.
Yes, and then what we can do is we can keep the service that we created for Stripe because at least it's there. You can use it. You just have to set up your keys in your environment. That's there.
Yeah.
One thing that would be nice is to create an entry point for the webhook so that we can set you up with the sign in, like the signature of the webhook and stuff. So you can
Mhm.
start listening and creating listeners to events from Stripe directly into the starter kit without having to do all the setup for it.
Yep, that makes sense.
That would be nice. And then we can just call it a day.
Okay. Yeah, we'll have to figure out what we want to call done for our starter kit for sure.
Yeah. I mean, it still gets you further because you have the Stripe integration. It just depends on your use case after that, right? But at least you can call Stripe directly. You have the service, and then you can receive webhook right off the bat without having to worry about setting up the signature and whatever. Even though it's not super complex, you know. But
Yeah.
cool.
By the way, what is Oh. Oh, you had you had shield mode on?
What?
Okay. Shield mode. I didn't realize you had that on.
I do not know
I'll
what
turn it
that
back
is.
on. It was turned on for our chat, which means that I think it only followers can chat.
No, it should be quicker.
Oh, do you want me to turn it off then? It was already on.
That's okay.
Awesome. Well, yeah, I think we'll leave it here, and I will fix those tables so that next Monday we can finish this.
Sounds good. We'll do that.
Awesome.
All right, man. Well, see you next week for this continued adventure.
Yes. See you next week.